Hey Sangho, we're gonna talk about your landing page today and what we can do about to. There's a few things we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about headers, call to actions. We're gonna talk about testimonials. We're gonna talk about benefits, features, and we're also gonna talk about lead magnets. So, first of all, we talk about headers since we're here. So this is how we divide it, right? So there's three sections to headers. There's always an H1, an H2, and a call to action. Let's focus on H1. The text here in this H1 area, this should be something that hooks people. The thing you wrote here doesn't make any sense. You need to work on this. It doesn't. I try to Google for this also, and I don't understand it. Learner's hyper boost. It doesn't seem like it's not a thing. Cars, you're the only one for these three words, right? But there's nothing. It's all about weird cars and stuff. So this needs to change. Here, your H2, you're not giving enough explanation as to how your company or your product will solve your statement in H1, which by the way, this is not a statement. You're not also explaining what makes your tool unique and what should people do to trust it, right? Then you have this call to action, and as you can see, the call to action is weird. It disappears. I mean, that's just a little bug, in your code, but the point is get it now. Why would I want to get it now when I don't understand what's going on here? Like, I don't understand any of this. And then I don't trust this because who are you to like say you're the best tool? Which leads to the second thing is testimonials. If you have people using your tool, even if it's friends, colleagues, family, people on Twitter where you gave your tool for free, you should use these and add them somewhere down here in this area. Like here, there you go. That gives people a reason to keep reading and scrolling down. But you have to have logo, or person, right? The next thing we're going to talk about is problems, features, and benefits. So the problem that you're trying to solve is learning, and therefore you should have probably explained what you're trying to do somewhere up in the first section of your website. Here, what you want to talk about is the problem, right? So what is the biggest problem that you can 100% solve for people browsing your website that might want to learn about your tool? And then you need to show that you understand the problem, and the way you do that is like you break the problem into sub-problems, each one of which has some kind of story attached to it. So like as a user, if you can show me that you understand the problem and you can feel the stress, my frustration, and the actual story of like how the problem came to be, then you're going to be able to give me like a much better story, right? So I will be hooked into reading more about your product. An example would be people who want to learn about how to use Excel. And the problem is, you want to be able to process data and analyze data really quick. And then you break it down, it's like you got like thousands of rows of data, you don't know what to do with it, or your boss gave you loads of information, loads of data, and you want to bring them all together into a tool that will allow you to do the analysis. And you can further break down the problem and say, learning Excel will help you find joy in analyzing data and possibly be faster and get a raise at your work. So that's how you define the problem. So once you've gotten to this point, people will be like, yeah, I can relate with this. Okay, cool. So what they do is they keep scrolling, and once they keep scrolling, you've analyzed the problem, you tell them about the benefits, right? So I solve problem 1, giving you benefit 1, which is given to you by feature 1. It's like a formula, right? Given a problem, you have a benefit, you know, that's basically calculated by offering a feature. So, and here, you know, you can have as many problems and as many benefits and as many features, but the best thing to do is to keep it to 3. So, you know, you want to have maximum 3. The next thing I want to talk to you about is something called lead magnets. And lead magnets are basically things that you give to your users, that you give like something, whether it's a video, it's maybe some kind of book, like a short ebook that explains how to learn. In your case, it could be a tool to like calculate, you know, calculate how many hours you could be saving using your tool over learning the traditional way. You know, new tool, traditional way, and then there's like a calculator gives you a number. And then you could have like somewhere here, you say, okay, you like this, leave me your email, and I'll show you my tool in like a 10-minute demo, or I will call you, or we go over a phone call and we'll talk about specifically what is it that you're trying to learn and how my tool can be used to do that. So I think that's enough feedback that if you structure your website that way, you'll have a much better experience for people who are trying to understand more about product. You definitely have to work on your copy. So if you can hire a copywriter, those are pretty cheap. You can pay one to help you like a couple of hours. Shouldn't run you more than $100. You can hire them on Upwork or any website that has freelancers for these kind of jobs. I hope this video helps give you a little bit more feedback on your landing page, your homepage, and if you can, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would mean a lot to me as I'm trying to reach 100 subs by the end of summer. Thanks for watching.